Make my money. Make my money. Dude, shoot me, dude. What are you... Hey everybody, welcome. If you're joining us, we are just getting prepared to start our first podcast. We're going to allow you guys to watch us behind the scenes, and then we will do the editing and everything in the actual podcast then afterwards, and it will be just for members only. So if you want to see the podcast or you want to hear the podcast and you're not a member, you will still have an opportunity to do that. You're just going to have to catch them live when we do them. So.
That way you can participate. Any questions you want to ask, you can run them through. Big deal. Get some smoke going before we lay into the state of gaming today, dude. It's pretty awful. There's a lot to go through. Ready to roll?
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and set it to subscribers for 20 minutes. So you guys, if you want to comment, you guys, and you're not a subscriber, you have to subscribe and get in for 20 minutes, and then you guys can start commenting. But that's a commitment that you guys need to have in order to start asking questions and doing things on here until we get a little bit further along and we see how things are going with that. So it's just a little bit of a way to make sure we don't get a bunch of nonsense in here. We want to do this and we want to keep it clean, and we don't want a bunch of goofing around, and we don't want to make it easy. So if you're not a subscriber and you're wanting to comment, 20 minutes. Go ahead and subscribe.
And we're wanting to reach like-minded people like us. Goal is here.
Good looking, super good looking.
We're having fun. You guys are having fun.
You know, we really need to add a blonde to the group, I'm thinking.
Well, I mean,
dudes in good shape encouraged.
Maybe like once a week, you know? Let's not overdo it.
All right.
Ready to roll, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
Just get this over here. Make sure that's down. That's down. This is down. Okay. We just have a little picture in the background. That way we have something up there for you guys to see. We had to open up something, so that's just what it is.
Just getting started. A lot of this is going to change. A lot of this is going to improve, get worse. It's going to go.
All right, so let's set the timer.
Consistency is key. And that's it.
I'm going to start a timer. That way we stay on time. 1 hour. And let's go. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Habitual Overcomers podcast, episode number 1. What we're talking about today is the state of gaming today. I think it's a very important topic because of what we've been going through with games like Arma, DayZ, Arc Raiders, and Division. A lot of games that we play that are going through kind of these same cycles, so we just want to touch base with it. I am your host, Toots McAbernathy, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Keith Creator.
Nice. And that, dude, that right there kind of pissed me off because it made me think of fucking Tactic TV, you know? And he came out and acting like Arc Raiders is the new meta for third-person gaming, dude. And I'm so disappointed because of the beta. I played the beta. I was like one of the few people I seen on the beta. And I was super excited for it. And then I played the fucking game. And it's like I can't even survive a round. And I can't get good enough weapons to kill anything. And it's like, this is the meta? Just because it's like they just handed us a basic third-person, you know, shooting platform and was like, here. And everybody's like, oh, thank God it's gold. And it's like, really, it's just the bare minimum.
Yeah,
the bare minimum of a third-person shooter.
We did a little Arc Raiders stream, and the game is beautiful. Now, I do want to say that. Let's preface this with the game looks amazing. The way the effort they put in to the detail and the buildings and the environment. The environment's amazing. The wind and the rain and the burnings and yeah. So it all has a lot of good features, but immediately as soon as we played, the overshooting to kill started immediately. It's 10,
Yeah.
20 shots to down a player. Everybody
If
has
I'm having
shields and
if I'm
things,
in a
and
gunfight and I have to reload 3 times, each of us have to reload 3 times just to kill one of each other. That's not it.
yeah,
Not it.
it makes it really tough to get comfortable when you can shoot a whole mag into somebody and they just run away, weren't even looking.
Yeah.
So
I
I
mean,
think
even
that's
on
that.
Arma, dude, I get hurt. I can't walk correctly.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
why isn't that in other games? I feel like that should be a standard at this point.
yeah.
Even
So
Battlefield or Call of Duty, they don't have that shit. Why? What? How does Arma have that?
I
And
would like to
no one else
see
is running it.
I would like to see Arc Raiders as a uh, getting a high level build out, and then
Yeah.
seeing how different it is going in with really high
Yeah.
level gear. But
Because then it becomes you versus the other players and not the environment.
yeah, do you
And
want to
that's
put
kind of
in
what
that
I want.
much time though in something that doesn't feel right immediately? Do I want to
I
put
agree
in?
with that.
I played the division, for years. I got 6,000 hours or something like that into that game, and not a day goes by that I don't think, man, why did I put so much time into that game? It's just it's a waste at this point.
Yeah, it just feels like busy work.
Yeah, and now I'm back to a build that I could have had starting tomorrow. I could get the exact
Where's
same thing that I have, almost, give or take a little bit, but I could almost get it in one day.
so are games today more built to be a distraction, or what happened to the game aspect? I think games forgot about the adrenaline and the challenge aspect of it and just became like, oh, let's distract these people
Hmm.
instead.
I
Because
don't.
that's why we don't play Call of Duty or Battlefield. It's all distractions. It's like, oh, the building's blown up and there's constant shit and you're always fighting and it's no lull, and in DayZ there's too much lull. I walk around for 2 hours and it's
Yep.
like I don't. It's either, and now Arma's doing it to where like I don't have 9 hours to sit down and play a fucking game, man. I'm a father of three. I don't have the time to do that shit.
Yeah.
You know. And granted, I want to come in and be able to have that adrenaline SOCOM aspect, the SOCOM bones.
Yeah.
And games just they don't care about that anymore. And if they do, it comes out as in like Insurgency or Arma, but then Arma took it all away and forces you to work with the community. And the community on games have never been great ever since SOCOM. You always just play with your friends. I don't understand that whole let's change the whole game and make everybody work together aspect. That's fucking blows me away, dude. I
Yeah.
don't get that. I don't see how that's gonna work at all.
Well, I think that they probably took some notes from some different games. I do know that the division kind of set that trend of like multiplayer teaming up in order. You have to work together in order to beat something.
Yeah. And people
Playing
brought up
those
Squad that game.
raids is very similar to that. And if one person is off, you don't win. If one person in the group isn't performing, you lose those raids. So you spend all this time, and I used to do it back in the day on the division. We would be in the raid for 5, 6 hours to lose
Yeah.
because someone wasn't carrying their weight or something. So even as something as simple as that, and that's a simple style. Now Arma, we're talking about a way more complicated situation. Arma, what happened to Arma in this last update? It's devastating the community. It's not a good thing for Arma right now anyway,
Awful.
the way it looks. And
They had SOCOM bones.
I'm only going off of what I see, not off of personal feelings so much, but literally what I see every person talking about on the game is they're all lost, nobody likes it, and there is no fight anymore on the game. And I can't understand why you would take a game that it was building up. Arma was coming back after those mods, so they did the mods and they started that. Arma was really starting to grow. It had a
It
build up,
was.
and
It
then
brought me back in. Yeah.
they when they did this, it killed that. I would be willing to bet that their numbers are quite off from what they were. Now, maybe with these modded
Oh,
servers coming
yeah.
back, we're going to see some of the return play. But I can't imagine continuing in vanilla servers without some sort of a fix with Arma.
No, I think that they're going to end up forcing us when we play. I think they're going to end up forcing us to find a community server because we want to come in and
Well, uh,
have our gear and
yeah,
fight. Because now, like you said, dude, now they took away the harbor bases. And the harbor bases were good because they were so big
yeah,
and challenging and now it's like Calvary Hill is a purple. And it's like I get it, you could have upgraded Calvary Hill to what it is now, but not made it a purple, right? And I get they're random, but it's just not right. It should be, and now there are no harbor bases. It's just
none.
harbor collection sites,
They, yeah, they're
And
only for logistics. They just have supplies. Harbors
yeah.
only have supplies now. It makes no sense, Arma. I don't understand who thought that it was a great idea to
Well,
eliminate the fight out of the game. That was
it
the
just tells me
fight.
that they're not playing the game. It's just
That
another
it does
developer
seem that
making a
way.
game that they're not playing.
Yeah, because I don't feel that anybody that was a true Arma player, because it's such a different game now is the thing. It's not like it was
Oh, yeah.
something small where, oh well, we'll just get past. They completely changed the game. So if you liked Arma, right, and you were playing it, now you don't. Now you're lost. Now it's not the same game. Now it's some other game like, I don't know, I've never heard of it, but like these guys have been talking about Squad. It's a game of logistics now where you're working for
Oh,
someone pushing papers, and then you
yeah.
might, if you're lucky, you might get into two or three altercations before the game ends.
So, yeah, and see, that's the thing. I watched videos on Squad the other day because I learned about the start of Insurgency and, how this guy started it because of the lack of adrenaline in third-person shooters. And so Insurgency was created, and then they ousted the creator of Insurgency, and then it was ported to PS5. So the Insurgency we got on console was nowhere near the Insurgency we were supposed to get. And then so from that I learned about Squad. And so Squad is basically what Arma just gave us. There's nothing different. And I'm just like, okay, so when SOCOM 4 tried to become Call of Duty, that didn't work out for them. When all these other games at that time when Call of Duty was pumping and midnight releases and fucking it was massive. World at War 2, Modern Warfare, and all this shit, it's not the same, man. It's not. It just
I,
sucks. It just
I never played any of those games, but I can tell you that Arma is not the same game for sure. 100%. That
and granted
game
they're
is totally
completely
different.
different, but they tried to be another game that's more popular or that's gaining more popularity. They tried to become them,
Hmm.
and it just never works. It's like SOCOM 4. I remember complaining about I just I could snipe a guy with an SMG on full auto across the map. Why? Why is that possible? That's not SOCOM. You know what I mean? Like players should be scared to run out, and there's not enough games out right now where you're scared to run out or you'll get shot and die. DayZ and Arma are one of the few, but I don't like
Yeah.
fighting AI,
Well,
dude.
we can talk about DayZ, and I think that DayZ is a great game. I really like playing it, but the pace of DayZ is undesirable for me.
It's
I,
slower than Arma.
I don't want to go and loot for days, hours, days, weeks to get into just a handful of altercations to maybe just die and lose everything that I've gained over the past hours, days, weeks. It's not a win situation on DayZ unless you want to camp. If you want to just get some loot and camp and go really slow, it can be fun. But I can't imagine doing that all the time, and that's where
No.
I think you would want to play Conquest or something like that, which I think Daisy has the potential to have a great Conquest style setup.
And
I
I'll tell you
just
this
think
right
they need
now,
to
if there
make
was
it
a
third
third person,
person. Yeah.
if there was a third person conquest, we would be there every day. Every day we would be there because that is where it's at. But when it's first person and there's only, two servers, it gets to become like, oh, like you team kill the wrong person, you get banned. Then you got to deal with moderators and other shit like that. Like I just want the game to be, the game like Arma had it. Arma had conquest, and you could drop in, you could figure out, you could make your own plan of what to do. You could run supplies. Now I'm dropping in and I'm running supplies for 2 hours, and then the game is almost over, and I go fight for Calvary Hill, and then it's over. It's done. It's like, man,
No, I agree. I think we played the other night and we got to Calvary Hill and we met those guys. I think I got what, like maybe 4 or 5 kills on against players, and that seemed like a lot. That's how bad it has gotten
yep.
with the PvP part of Arma. If you like logistics, you're gonna love Arma right now. If you like just a military style logistical game where you can just
Oh yeah.
run supplies and not have to
You
face
want to be a
PvP,
commander?
yeah, you'll really
I tell
enjoy
you what,
Arma
these
right now.
people who love being commander, dude, they need to go find a game of their own, dude. I don't know what's wrong with them. Who wants to do that?
Well, to
Who
be honest
wants to
with
get
you,
on a
I
game and be
haven't
like,
seen anybody that's excited about being commander yet. Every person that I've seen personally has been like, I
yeah,
guess I'll do it. I guess I will. I don't really know what's
that's
going
fine.
on, but I'll try. Or nobody's come in and said, "Oh man, I want to be commander. Oh, this is so amazing." I have not heard that yet. I'm waiting to hear it. I would like for some one person to say they like this. And then I would be
And
like,
I mean,
"Well, at least they have that." But I haven't heard
also,
one person, not one, say that they like this new style of Arma.
is there any game where you would work with 24 other people to like win the game? I mean, SOCOM it was 8v8, but even then I couldn't get all 8 of us to work together,
Yeah.
you
It's
know.
tough.
District Mike's going to rush no
Yeah, no,
matter what I say.
there's no way that you can for sure guarantee that everybody's going to work together, but what you can guarantee is that you're going to lose if they don't. I promise
Yeah.
you that if they don't work together, you will lose. There will be no
Yeah.
winning because the other team will win. And the other team is going to do stuff. Here's the other thing. Okay, here's the other bad part that this did. Why is it now that every server we go into, there's 10 people on one side and 2 on the other? I don't understand
Yeah.
what are people. That's the part that even gets me more.
And then
Not
people
only
continue
are
to
they,
pile on the side.
yeah,
The
not
10.
only are they making it to where it's so difficult anyway, now they're making it where people are just joining one side. People will build up,
Yeah.
double, maybe even triple the numbers on one side, and then you can't do anything. And it makes no sense. Like, oh, what's going on in those guys' mind where they're like, and, okay, and I know we did it. We've done it here a couple times on my stream, joking. Like, no, let's join. If we're going in there, if it's 12 on 3, we're joining the frickin' 12, right? Because it's just silly.
What's
It's
the
dumb.
point?
It makes no sense, right? So we're kidding. Although we might have done it a time or two, we're kidding about it. That's a bad thing, you guys. It's awful. It's absolutely terrible what they're doing with that setup. And that's in the mentality of
Yeah.
the player. That doesn't, there's no way 12 or 15 or 20 guys are coming on together and getting in a server and they're all friends.
No,
But for
and then
some
that server's
reason,
toast for the next 9 hours.
or however long they want to control it. And it's not
Yeah.
just that. If they don't win, the server is basically set up for
Oh,
one side.
how many times before the update did they say, "Oh no, let them have that base. We want to keep the game going." Well, yeah, because you're winning.
Yeah,
If you were losing, you'd be like, "Let's get this game over with.
yeah.
Let's start fresh." I mean,
I
but that's
never
just their
felt there was
mentality.
a
Like, "Oh, as long
giant
as I'm
win or
winning."
loss though, to be honest with you. And I never even
Yeah.
care. On Arma before,
Never
I
cared.
never cared about a win loss. It was like it was just playing. If we were losing,
No,
if it was 4 purple bases to 1 and
I
we were
just
the
love the
one,
gunplay.
I still went the exact same. I didn't change my play
Yeah.
style because of that. Now, if we were like gonna lose, if it was 5 to 5 and they had 5, obviously I'm going to try and stop the win. But even 4-1, it's like, nah, well, it'll change. It'll flip. It flipped naturally. Everything in Arma happened naturally, and now everything is trying to be forced. And people don't even know.
Yeah.
The worst part is these guys, you got to rely on these guys to
I
be
mean,
able to build the
yeah.
bases. You can't even get a base without relying on a team to then set the base up where you want it. Just the other night, me and Keith, well, I'm pretty sure it was me and you, we went down. We had full supply trucks and build trucks ready to go. I marked where we were wanted the base because we had this perfect strategy for setting up. It was like near Lemuel, and we were going to build a base there. I I call in the request to build the base, and the guy's like, I can't put it there. And so Keith says to the guy, that's fine. Put it anywhere. Just put it down somewhere out here so we can build it. Nothing. Dude never responded, never put a base down, nothing. And then
Yep.
he set an
I remember
assignment
that.
for us to come back up north where they all were after we drove all the way down. It's like at that point, we're on our own. We're not playing with the team anymore. We're not part of the team anymore. We're
Yeah,
just
we're
a
just gonna
couple of
go fuck around
guys
behind enemy lines.
playing on our own now because they've ruined the game. We have to do what, and it
Because
wasn't even a big deal. It was a simple request, and it should have been taken care of. But these guys, they just don't know what they're doing, and they're doing their own thing. And if he didn't want to do it, then that's it. And we lost the game. The whole South was taken because we never put a base down there. And so here they came across the South, and it was just like, well, you know, there you go. So we had no control though.
yeah, well, if we go back to base, dude, we've been running supplies. We're all sergeants. We're just gonna get killed by our own team for our guns. So, I mean, it's one of the worst updates I've ever had happen to a game. And I've been playing games for a long time. Me and Toots have been playing games together for almost 2 decades. Okay? And I've never seen someone update a game like Arma did and absolutely ruin every single aspect
A la
of what they
Division.
had.
It's just like what the Division has done over and over and over again. They've
Yeah,
taken
it's like
something.
10 division updates.
Yeah, the Division has a habitual habit of taking a game and they're like, oh, the player base is pretty good. Like, they're doing good. They like it. And then they completely fucking
Yeah.
change it. It makes
Let me put
no
Easter
sense.
eggs. Let me make it where everybody drops Easter eggs for 4 months straight because of Easter.
Yeah, I mean
Fucking weird.
they do the strangest. I don't know
But
what goes on with the creators
it,
or the devs or whoever does comes
it's
up with these
because
ideas, but when something works, stop changing it.
it's because these game developers, dude, they're not playing the game. They're
Yeah.
not playing online, and they're not top 50 like Ghost Recon Breakpoint. If any of them just sat down and played the game, I was top 50. If they just sat there and watched us, they'd realize, oh, this shit's broke. Like these dudes are running around in circles, in half circles everywhere against each other. It's fucking weird. They found an exploit that they never fit. It's just like the C4 thing, where I killed 1,000 people with C4 in 1 month alone off of that C4 throw-in shit when on Wildlands, and then they
Hmm.
patched it. They never patched Breakpoint once. They didn't care. They didn't care from jump. And I mean, that shit was terrible. They call it chicken dancing. Because you're just
Hmm.
running in half circles, and it's all about timing because you're going off the other person's hitbox. You know, and if you're turned to the side, you have a smaller hitbox, and when they run out of bullets, you turn and shoot at them, and then they start chicken dancing. It's just you can tell that these people aren't playing their game, and it shows, dude.
The bad part
It's
is
like,
this is how we're
man,
talking about games we like.
yeah, yeah,
We don't even play
you
games
know,
we don't like. These are the games
and
we
thank
like that we're talking about that are struggling like this.
and thank God there was a cultural shift. I mean, there was an executive order that was signed to keep the banking, because they were turning down projects that weren't good PR for them,
Yeah.
basically, right?
Hmm.
And so now they don't have to make all these cartoon, bubbly, fucking kitty anime bullshit games. They can
Yeah.
actually go back to military style fucking real shit because the banks weren't funding them.
You've seen
And
the state of games. I don't know if you guys have been on, PlayStation Store and stuff and looked at the games they're releasing. There's a huge shift to a weird.
cartoony fucking
Yeah,
kitty
yeah, animation, just
predator bullshit,
a
man.
high amount of those games flooding in, and it's just, I mean, I get it.
Nothing but.
You want to keep the audience to kids, but when I was a kid, okay, I was
Where's
playing
the game for
Resident
the 30
Evil.
year old gamer, dude?
I was playing, let's see, what would that have been, like 1999 or something like that? You know, I was playing like Ridge Racer, Resident Evil, um, I can't remember, several other games, but you know,
Right.
I'm a little kid. I'm not playing cartoon games. I never was a cartoon game, even
Yep.
like, I mean, what, after Mario? I mean, I was shooting animals on Nintendo with the zapper gun. All right,
Yeah.
that's how games were fun. They obviously didn't
I think the
have a.
first game I had was 101 Dalmatians Putt Putt for the Sega.
Oh boy. Oh
That's a
boy.
pull, dude. That's a pull.
That's a pull.
101 Dalmatians Putt Putt.
No, that's a put away and never talk
That's
about
a put
again.
away. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I would
yeah.
never admit
If
that.
anybody asks, you say it was Street Fighter, okay?
Yes. Yeah.
You don't tell them 101 Dalmatians Putt Putt. I played the
Well,
shit out of it
I
too, dude.
played
It was
Street
so
Fighter,
good.
and Street Fighter now they're changing even those games away from a youth style game and trying to make
Yeah.
them too like adulty. Even
Well,
that game
Marvel
that's
Rivals.
what that game was for kids. Street Fighter was for kids. Street Fighter wasn't for adults. I mean, I never thought it was anyway.
Yeah.
Coming, when it
Yeah.
came out, I wasn't
And
thinking like all the
it
adults are
goes
gonna get
back to
Street
where
Fighter.
it's like, guys, can we just go back to where we can just use the actual gun sounds again? Like that's it. It's all like just take it. Let's take it back, and let's just make it to where the amount of shit you're carrying slows you down, and we get real gun sounds, and then that's it. Proximity chat, it's all I need. It doesn't take much. But for a third person game nowadays, I mean, you're already lowering the clientele, so it's harder to get a third person game, and then you get Arc Raiders, right?
Yeah.
And they're the same people that made Arc Raiders are the same people that made the finals,
Mhm.
right? So that's why the movement looks so good. And the finals was great, but it was first person, but it was great.
Yeah, I don't know anything
But it
about
was
it.
all like fast reflex twitch movement, And that's not where the 30-year-old gamer is. The 30-year-old gamer is in tactics and slow and DayZ. But I built a DayZ server, so it's like I can't go to DayZ and go and loot and do all that fucking monotonous shit.
Well, you
I
could
see behind it.
if it was immediate combat everywhere, maybe. If it was like you
Yeah.
go and you loot for just a few minutes and then it's
If it was
immediate
Conquest,
combat,
yeah.
that's one
Conquest is
thing.
so good.
And that's what Arma is. Arma is you go and you loot, which basically just means
Yeah.
you get your loadout. It takes a few minutes, and then you go to war. It was very simple.
Yeah.
And the game is
Arma,
hard. This is what I tried to explain to. I believe we had a dev in our stream the other night. I don't know for sure. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. But and that's what I was talking to him. The game is hard. Arma is extremely hard, and conflict gameplay was the simplest part of it. That was the simplicity of Arma, was the style of that game mode. Basically, you get your loadout. You don't have to work together. We were the team. Okay, two men carried the game. All right, I can tell you for sure that me and Keith, me and Billy and Keith all were so competent that we could carry the game. We would go and we would take bases on our own. We could go and fight.
we
We
would
could.
change the dynamic of the game coming
Okay,
in.
so
That's one thing.
why would they go and they make it so difficult now for us to be able to do something like that on our own? It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. You see those type of interactions where we get adrenaline and where we where it's intense and you start sweating. You get that from DayZ once every week if you play official.
Yeah,
But on Arma
we were getting it
before the update, you
nonstop.
could get that two, three times, four times a game.
Yeah,
As much as you wanted, it was on tap.
yeah.
And
It was steady fighting. We would go
Yeah,
straight to the front line. We would be fighting the whole time, either it be AI or players. We carried the game, no
and
problem. Now they
bro,
made it to where we can't carry the game.
yeah,
Basically,
and
we're
this is a perfect
helpless.
example, right? This is a perfect example of what we're all talking about, right? Is they made the dark to where they were like, oh, it's unfair for console players to see for PC because PC can raise their gamma. So let's just make it night staticky so nobody can see shit. And it's like, but man, I was doing fine at night. I was fine. I play, PlayStation controller on a computer
Well,
monitor,
that
and I
actually
can see
raises
decent.
that raises a great topic and a great segue here into it seems like they only listen to the complaints.
Yeah,
They never step back and take a look at who's liking the game because we don't go up there and say, "Oh, we love the game. We love the game." The only people they're hearing from is the complaints. Why change a game for the
cause
few
yeah,
when the many are fine with it the way it is? They never came and asked.
yeah,
They never took a survey. They don't take surveys. They don't ask, well, what does everybody think? So instead of listening to everybody's opinion, they want to take the opinion
yeah.
of this handful of whiny, you know, crybaby type, because that's the only people that complain like that. Nobody goes on their thing and complains um, to them about simple issues on a video game. I mean, my God, if you don't like the game, don't play the game. Go play something
No,
else.
cause
Don't
after that
ruin the
update,
game
dude,
for all of us.
it's a completely different game that I bought.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So why do they do that? Why
I
do
didn't
they
buy
listen?
Squad.
Why are they listening to a handful of people when their game was like it was on a drive,
That was so
you
good,
know?
dude.
And that goes for everybody. That's not just these people at Arma. The same exact same thing happened on the division. The exact same thing. They would listen to the people that complained and they would change the whole game for these handful of complainers and it would ruin it for everything. Do they not? Here's the other side effect of that. They don't realize that when you change one thing over here, 10 other things get messed up in the background, right? So when something's running like pretty good, like Arma was, Arma was running smooth. It was really smooth. The cars were driving smooth.
No
Like
issues.
everything was really pretty good. I mean, there was a little bit here and there, but I mean, for a video game where you have how many people are in a server? 40, whatever.
Yeah, but it wasn't noticeable like it is
It
now,
wasn't
dude.
bad. Now they since they did so much, there are so many
Almost
bugs.
unplayable.
Some of it's unplayable. It crashed my PlayStation, guys. Can we talk about that? It crashed my PlayStation, not just the game. My PlayStation had a software malfunction because of Arma. What happens if a PlayStation
Yeah.
were to get damaged because of that? Is that something that Arma is willing to deal with? I mean, that's pretty serious. There's no
Yeah, I
way
mean,
that my
that just goes to
PlayStation would
show.
crash normally. It's never done it. But
Yeah, and then you go to their YouTube, right?
Billy said his
Sorry,
did
go
it
ahead.
too. No, no, Billy just said his did it too the other day. The exact same thing.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
See, and I knew like before the problems weren't noticeable. Now it's like you can't go and take one base without having some type of glitch, some type of something, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's
Did you
crazy
did you
how
were you watching the other night with me and Billy playing before you got home?
somewhat
Did you see
on
when my
Arma.
gun wouldn't reload? I had like five guys in a pile standing right in front of me. Gun would not reload. Neither one of my guns. I was changing guns. I was trying. I had to throw the gun down and pick up a different gun.
Oh my God.
It was really bad. And it's on that new map, so I mean it
Maybe it
might
got
it
damaged.
it might just be the new map. Yeah, oh, definitely it was damaged. Brain damaged. My
Yeah.
guy could not figure out how to
I just,
reload.
dude, and see that's the thing. Like they added so much out of nowhere, just out of left field, dude. Just boom, here's a whole different game. But that's the thing though, is like they had something so rare that they don't even know it, and that's why. And I hate to keep talking about Arma,
Hmm.
but it's
We're
Arma
just
is
playing Armor right
so
now. It's our
had
game right
such a
now. Is
rare.
why we're so
Yeah,
fired
but
up
it
about it.
had SOCOM. It
Yeah.
had the rare third-person shooter, proximity chat. It had it all, right? And then it took it away. for squad, a game that like, and I guess they want to control that squad player base on console, but they don't realize how hard their player base is to work together. I know how hard I am to work with. I don't need 23 other me's to work with.
I think there's a lot of people that are like us that see this new Arma and they're probably not even coming back. I think we were pretty reasonable with giving Arma a chance here and continuing to try and fight through because I can tell you guys, and I mean, you've probably seen it. If a game changes like that, I can be done with it, no problem. I'll never touch it again.
Oh, I'm not a fan of change.
That drastic where it's now a different
Not
game.
a fan.
Not
I
when
mean
something's
that.
good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Not
doesn't
when
make
something
sense.
was that good, dude. And then it's like, man, and it's like this past weekend, dude. I told you, I was like, man, I can count on one hand how many fucking fights we got into,
Yeah.
you know?
And I know
Because I would
that
spend most of the time just running supplies and trying to gear up just to go fight AI, and then the game's over.
we don't play
Fucking
GTA
brutal.
anymore, really. We haven't played it in a while. I don't really get on much anymore. But I can tell you one thing that I know for sure is that it's exactly the same. If I went to GTA, and this might be the only game, Red Dead and GTA, they may be the only games where their updates aren't ruining the games. Maybe with like a glitch or something, I don't know because I'm not all in the.
Well, they ruined the game with the oppressor. That just that should tell you.
Oh, right, right. Well,
Them three
adding a
adding.
vehicle. Okay, well, it's still everybody overcame that, no problem. The game though is
Yeah.
still the same. The game didn't change. They may have added a vehicle. That would be like adding suppressors to snipers on Arma. I would relate that to. You know
Yeah,
what I
but it
mean?
changed the whole
Where
dynamic of the servers. You know what I mean? Like
well, so would
just adding
snipers
that
so would
oppressor.
snipers on suppressors on Arma.
Yeah,
Imagine what that would
100%.
do. I mean, that would be a game changer. People would have to completely reassess what they're doing if they were able to use. So yeah, that
Yeah.
I mean that's exactly how it is. But all I'm saying is they don't come in with these big sweeping overhauls. And that game's been out how long? You know what I'm saying? It's just I hope that in the future Rockstar sticks with that. I hope with GTA 6 because I saw that the information showed what did we say? 526? 26? I think that's what it
Yeah,
said.
5/26/26. Yeah, May
Um,
26th.
we'll be getting GTA 6. So hopefully they stick to that
I got
trend
plenty of vacation time.
of when the game's good, you leave it good. When the game's good, you leave it good, guys. We don't want
Yeah, but
to we don't want
that's
to
that
like
also goes back.
ride Arma over and over again because we love the game. That's the part that's breaking our hearts. We love
I
the game. You had it. You already had it.
But that's why I brought up the oppressor because I believe they came out and said that GTA 6 online, there a lot of people are complaining that they have to have the oppressor. They have to because it just changes the way people can traverse the map. You know,
Well, that's silly.
and
I think they should go more realistic
exactly,
and keep that
exactly.
crap out of there. Personally.
Exactly, but how do you tell them no to something that, oh, you know how much money they probably made off of oppressors, dude, and shark cards?
Yeah, it would be
Well,
simple for me. I would just look
it,
at them straight
worth
and
it.
dead into the eyeball and into their soul and say, go play GTA 5 if you want to play with an oppressor. GTA 6
Yeah,
is
yeah.
real. We're going to stick to realism.
That'd be badass, dude.
Hmm.
That would bring the game back around because it
Yeah,
kind of lost its step whenever it became unrealistic, you know. And
yeah,
granted, it is run. I get it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
It's a different game. I'm not
gosh,
comparing it to a realism game. I'm not
no.
comparing them. I'm just saying that I just think that, although I agree the oppressor did hurt the game, like what Keith's saying, it didn't change the game in any way of like
It just
fighting or
changed the
anything.
lobbies, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, there's probably a lot of people that
But then
quit
they
playing
had to
because
keep
of that.
adding
So,
in the but then they had to keep adding in vehicles to compensate. You get what I'm saying? They had to
yeah.
add in that super helicopter to fight it, or they had to add in the DeLorean
Well,
to
I
fight
think
it.
they
You know,
destroyed
they had
they
to.
they also lowered the missiles on the oppressor because I think when it first came out, it had
Yeah,
missiles like the
you see what I'm saying? It first came out,
like
it was
Kit.
fucked up, and they had to come back and patch it
Yeah.
because they weren't they. Did they even try it out? Did they even say like, "Oh man," you know what I mean? Like, how
Yeah,
do you not?
yeah. Those are things that I don't understand. I mean, if I worked at a place, we wouldn't get along because I would have told them right then. I'd
That's
been
like,
like, that's a
yeah,
stupid idea. Why would you do that? Leave it
that's like
realistic.
Arma, right?
Let a person buy a jet, and at least then it gives
Yeah,
them. You got to land it. You got to take off. There's so many variables on a jet. You can't just dive right in and fight and kill people in the middle of the
yeah.
street easily. You know, I mean, the oppressor is
Can't
ridiculous.
just zip around.
It's silly. And then, like you said,
Yeah,
it led to the ingress of the other vehicles that they came out, the DeLorean and
yeah, and they had to
Kit
constantly
and
keep one up in that the other vehicles become obsolete to the point to where now they have to offer missile defense on all your vehicles
yeah,
because that's the only way you can just exist on the server.
yeah,
You can't drive around without it.
yeah.
So it just like they themselves. But imagine if the oppressor wasn't, or imagine if you could start a server, a public server, and tick off certain vehicles like the oppressor and make it
Mhm.
realism GTA server like that.
Yeah, I think
Just
that's why that the GTA servers that are modded are so popular, is because they can do that. I think
yeah,
they're very
yeah.
popular in the PC world.
Because people want that realism. They're tired of the
Which, to be honest
cartoon
with you, if
craziness.
we were in the PC world, I would probably be RPing in something like that. I think that's a lot of fun,
That'd be a
and it's
lot of
kind of
fun
right
for
up
us.
my
Yeah,
right up my alley of silliness and
it
hijinks that
would.
I
Yeah,
love
we
to
would
do.
be fucking around big time. And we did that on DayZ for a bit, but then Pete, it goes back to people, it's just like working with the people in Arma. It's like, how do you expect me to work with 24 other people?
Yeah.
It's impossible. Somebody's going to get upset. Somebody's going to have different feelings. And somebody's going to misunderstand something, you know? So, it's just like Ken the other day. He got voted out. He killed a guy for a van. Yeah, he did wrong. But then he come back hours later and the guy killed him for his loadout. So it's
No,
like,
he didn't kill the.
and then he
No,
got voted out
he
again.
he didn't kill the guy for the van. He just took the van. He never killed anybody.
Oh, wow.
Ken
Yeah.
never
Well,
killed
then he came
anybody.
back in
And that
hours
guy
later. That
said
same guy went up and killed Ken.
when that guy said Ken killed him, that dude lied. Ken never killed anybody except for after the guy killed him. Ken came back and killed the guy, but Ken never killed anybody. That dude lied from the
Yep.
beginning. Ken just stole someone's car and the dude got mad and killed him and then they voted him out.
Yeah. And then Ken's like, okay, I'm going to go off and take a break. Comes back hours later. We're still in the same server because we don't want to lose our rank and change servers.
Yeah.
And then he comes in and not bothering anybody. He comes in, the same guy goes up and knocks Ken out, kills him, and then they vote him out again.
Yeah.
And it's like, out, can you not just move on?
Well,
Like, damn,
you
you
know
know?
people.
Like, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They want you to work with these people. They
Yeah.
they and well, that goes back to what I was gonna say. If you look on Arma's YouTube, right, they've been sending out videos like crazy about the new update, right? About how to work together, how to do this, how to do that, and they just think everything is hunky dory, everything's sweet. And then you go and read the comments, dude. They are getting eaten up, eaten alive. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I know something's gonna give. Something has to give. They're
Yeah.
not gonna sit there and give me squad when I didn't buy squad.
Mm.
So I don't like that at all, dude. It's shady. It's fucked up. It's disgusting. And all games are doing that because that's all we had left was Arma and DayZ.
Yeah.
And I own a DayZ server. For everybody out there, I own two DayZ servers that have built into massive play from nothing. So I know what a third person should be. You know, I have a PvP map that gets constant play every day, and I haven't touched it in months. And so it's just, the fact that I can make something with bare bones like that and people are interested to play it, versus these blackout servers that get paid to do that shit, tells me that these guys are missing something. They're all missing something. Missing the adrenaline. And
Well,
players miss that.
I think it's time to just pull the DayZ servers and switch over, and you're gonna just have to build a vanilla Arma server and change it back
Yeah,
to
just make it
old
as
school.
SOCOM as I could, just as,
Change it back to
just
old school
yeah,
conflict. Don't add any of the gun. Don't just keep it vanilla. Because that's what people, that's the people that we played with wanted. Now, I mean, no, no, that's not what everybody wants. Some people love the modded servers. Fine, great. I just, the people who don't, we've lost control of the game.
yeah. Because
Uh,
me playing Arma like that before the update, I lost my interest in DayZ. I can't just run around there all day and
yeah,
like I liked getting in a fight on Arma, and it was intense, especially at night. And that's what hurt me the most is they took night away, and that's where I kind of felt strong was night. I was like, man, now it's like the game's night half the time. Am I just supposed to sit somewhere? What do they want me to do? Because you can't see shit. It's all staticky,
yeah.
you know? And if I go against itchies or AI, that's what we call itchies. I mean AI. Then they're just going to shoot me every time because I can't see anything. So what was the point of that? To make it fair, but now you just have to sit there.
Well,
That
people were
sucks.
complaining. Like you said, people were complaining about that. People were complaining about, and this is what the dev was talking about, the gentleman that was in the stream. And he seemed really nice. I mean, he seemed like a reasonable person, and I think he totally gets it. And I think he was just, trying to get some feedback. But he said that the people were complaining about the containers also was the reason they changed the containers, which to me,
That never
it's a
happened to us
different,
once
it's a,
though,
yeah, exactly, right,
and we played
100%.
every day.
I never had an issue at night, and I never had an issue with the container. So the two things that he's talking about, people were complaining about. It makes no sense to me because I never had an
Yeah,
issue with those things. I get it. Maybe one time someone could hide in a container on me, but like fool me once, right? It's not a situation where I'm gonna just go back to that container where the dude's hiding in it over and over again if that's what's going on. And that's not something that's even that big of a deal. And they could be voted out. Rooms do control their stuff pretty well. Anytime someone's been messing around, for the most part, they get voted out pretty quick. And here's another thing, Arma. If you'd like a little more control, make the voting out mean something. 4 minutes?
4 minutes.
4 minutes? When you get voted out on Arma, you can come right back in 4 minutes. It's just 4 minutes. I mean, that is. I get it.
That's
We live in
disgusting.
we live in a world today of immediate
I'm used to
gratification.
it.
I get it, okay? I get the kids today probably 4 minutes blows their minds. But
But listen, I
old heads
died on
like us,
SOCOM and sat there
we're
longer than
6 minute
4 minutes.
guys. If it's not longer than 6 minutes, it's like a blink of an eye for us. Okay? It's
Yeah,
got to be eight,
yeah,
10 minutes.
straight
And
up.
then we'd be like, ooh,
I
oh,
go
I'm going to
take
go
forever.
play somewhere else. Four
And then I'm
minutes?
come back in and take your radio tower,
In fact, I got
and
four
then I'll
minutes
be out
worth of
for another
stuff to
four
do
minutes.
right now. I got yeah, I got 4 minutes to kill.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, game.
And then you take a guy like me and Toots, and you got two of us, and we're ripping out your radio towers, and you kick one of us, you got to get Toots, and then you got to go back and build radio
Never
towers. We're gonna be
happened.
back in before you can
Never
even
happened.
get,
Don't know what he's
you know.
talking about.
Don't, yeah, we've never done it.
Never
I'm
did
just
it.
saying hypothetically, if something was to happen where if somebody wanted to tank a server, they're only gonna go out for 4 minutes, and
Four
you got to deal with
minutes.
them
What
for
are you
4
gonna?
minutes.
Yeah. What are you gonna do then in 4 minutes? I think the Marlboro Man is the one guy who I saw get the
Yeah.
end of that deal, and he team killed, and then they voted him out 3 times in a row, I think. He came back 3 times. So the dude wasted 12 minutes to get back in the server, and after the third time, I think he didn't come back. But you see, it's
Yep.
like 4 minutes is nothing. You've got to put 20-minute. I get it. There's a balance because
The
people might.
server, if you're gonna make the server last 13 hours, 4 minute ban is fucking nothing. What the
It's the
fuck?
4 minute ban is perfect for going into any server, right? But make that server a 20-minute ban.
Yeah. Once again, that tells me that they're not playing the game. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? That's
yeah,
another red flag of hey, The guys making the game are not playing it.
I mean, don't make somebody sit out for 20 minutes. Like, let them go back in, make them sit their 4 or 5 minute timeout, and then they can go back in a different server. But that server that just voted them out,
Yeah.
it should be at least a 20-minute ban in there. That'll give people time to get resituated back up because we've had guys completely destroy the game. They've gone around and they've removed every tower, and before we could even see or know what's going on, we've lost the game, even if we did get them voted out.
That's exactly right, dude. I mean, dude, it's frustrating because so many companies today rely off of political feedback and all the other bullshit and just want to get as many eyeballs on their game as possible. And then now it's like we just want the adrenaline. That's all games are lacking that. I don't see why so many people play Call of Duty or Battlefield because, where's the adrenaline? Like, yeah,
Well,
you can be the fastest and the quickest and
I think there's
get
probably
a lot
some
of
adrenaline
kills.
to those games, and those games just aren't our style of shooters. The fake, slidey, jumpy, glitchy, and that's kind of
Well,
what happened with Arc
I think
Raiders.
there's a difference between adrenaline and distraction for those people. As in, like, hey, this is gonna keep me enthralled into it for the next 25 minutes consistently,
Uh,
right? It's
I
not gonna
think the
have a lack.
adrenaline comes to the guys who win the games. Like, those guys that are
Yeah.
top tier players. They're the ones who get the true adrenaline rush. And I don't, not that I consider us the best, but I think that we're pretty dang good at Arma. I think
Well, yeah, we have
we're,
experience.
yeah. It's a game though where anybody who plays enough should be able to get good at it though, right? It's not a game
Well, the
that,
thing is that we have experience with tactical third-person shooters for almost 20 years. So when you take that and we know, like, hey, we're flanking, right? And we come from DayZ, 4,000, 5,000 hours on DayZ, and it's like, if we're flanking, and most of the time the other person doesn't flank, and when they flank, we're usually on a wider flank anyway.
you know,
So, you know what I mean? Like, how many times did that happen? Where they flank and then we end up running right into them or
well,
catching them.
DayZ definitely taught us survival. I mean, that's the game
Yeah,
where everything is about living, even if I gotta maybe run away for the
yeah,
moment
and
to come
Billy,
back.
that's all thanks to Billy. Billy taught us all that. But
Yeah.
when it comes down to like the adrenaline of it, dude, I just nothing matched where Arma was at the current time. It's what we were looking for because there's no other third-person shooter out that does
Hmm.
that makes you wait after dying that like there's a thing now in games where like you said earlier with Arc Raiders they want you to use two clips or two mags to kill somebody, right? Not
Hmm.
clip, sorry. Um, then they want you to use two mags to kill somebody, and I don't want that. I want three shots and you're dead, one
Hmm.
shot headshots,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
And then that way you think about your movements. You don't fucking on my DayZ PvP server. I took away the unlimited sprint. So when you sprint across to another house, you got to think about how much stamina you have. You got to think about, you know what I mean? It's just that type of shit.
So
And
obviously
they make it easier.
we're we like Arma, so I think we'll probably still be playing that. But and we have GTA 6 coming up, obviously here in next year. So what do you think are our next games that we're going to play on stream?
I mean, other than NASCAR,
Well, is NASCAR one that we're going to get? I mean, I don't
probably
see.
not, dude. I don't see myself spending $120 on
I
NASCAR.
mean, I'll
I'm not
drive in
buying it for me
circles a little
anyway.
bit. I mean, I would, but it just
I
seems like
do think
something we're
that
going to play like 15 times and then never play it again.
yeah, yeah, no, I don't know how we
It,
would play unless we like joined a Facebook group, right? And we joined an online league where we race like every Sunday,
yeah.
and then me and you could practice a track and then go and race on Sunday. But even then, that gets blurry as like, oh, this guy wrecked me and I didn't get a flag, or I've been there, done that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I would enjoy that, but I just don't know. That's a lot.
It just seems like a lot of money to not have a guaranteed you're going to get, a lot of play out of it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
um,
which is
I
why I was saying I would get it for you.
I did see an advertised Forza 6. So, and they're
I don't
gonna
know, man.
and they're bringing it to PlayStation straight away. Forza is now
Yeah,
gonna come to PlayStation. So
I mean,
that was
that's
a
so
that
tough
was a different
because
game than what
I
I
feel
thought it
like
was gonna be.
I feel like there's something missing in the racing game world, right?
Yeah.
Where's the where's like Forza has an aspect of realism. You know, Gran Turismo is super realism,
Hmm.
right? But where's the racing game between, you know, need like you remember the old Need for Speed Dub Edition or whatever it was,
Oh
or
yeah, no,
Police Pursuit or something like that, or
yeah,
something like that, right?
yeah.
And the police would come after you. It was really hard. You know, it
Hmm.
was really, really hard. And I like that, especially on Need for Speed. You know, the nighttime where you got to evade the police to get your parts and stuff. That was nice. But as far as like, why is the best racing game with your friends? GTA. You know,
Hmm.
why is that the case? On Forza, it feels like it. I don't know, but it's weird. You
It's
know,
hard to get
it,
online with your friends on
yeah,
Forza the way they got it set up. I think that's one of the most
yeah,
difficult
it's
parts. Is
weird.
it's just tough to get everybody in the group and the
Yeah,
convoy and then get into the game and start playing. I don't think they've got
but
that
why is the
easily
best racing
accessible.
game GTA?
Well, because it's been around for so long. And I mean it's in the best racing game. I mean it's just like the most like fair and
Yeah,
balanced and
but go back
smooth
to
driving and things like that. If I
when
guarantee if we played like NASCAR, it's probably pretty good.
yeah, but for example, when we first bought F1 cars, dude, and we
Uh-huh.
were just individually racing them,
Yeah,
that's some of the best racing that we've had.
they're awesome. I mean it was a lot of fun. No, I
You get
really
what I'm
did.
saying?
Yeah, it was a blast. I
Like,
really enjoyed
where's
those.
that in the other games? Why is it just kind of repetitive, you know? Like, oh, if I slip up once, then it's up to you, you know? Like that's all it is. It's like what was that game me and Lugs used to play? It was not pole position, but it was like turbo something. And Lugs was so good at being perfect every single corner and getting that fast lap. And it's like if I fucked up one time, then I got no shot of being in the top 10, you
Yeah.
know? And it just was like, man, like that's what Need for Speed and Forza is. But on GTA, it feels like it's more of like, oh, I can get this race. When I was racing with 815 Clan from SOCOM, and I was on a Xbox 360, right? And we were racing on GTA 5 back in the day, on Xbox. I think it was a 360. I'm not sure. But I would race with 815, and and they all had their custom cars, and I would have a Zentoro, right? Because it was the basic first car that you could get, and it was like I would have a chance, but they knew the race better than me, But it always gave me a chance, you know. And it just felt more adrenaline packed, more tough, more competitive than Forza or Need for Speed. They never felt competitive like GTA.
But GTA racing is really good. So,
It is.
nothing wrong with
And
that.
that's why I'm
It was
saying,
a good
like,
time.
why are they the best racing game to me? You know?
I mean,
That shouldn't
that
be the
that goes
case.
that goes back to GTA is a great game. I mean, there's no denying that. That is
Yeah,
a really good game all the way around. So,
but the games that specialize in racing, they can't provide that. And I just don't know why. It's just weird, you know? It's like the freedom isn't there in those games. There's no freedom.
so I don't
You know?
see anything else
And Forza,
in the foreseen future of games here. Nothing on the horizon, huh?
well,
Nothing that you've
people are
seen.
acting like Arc Raiders is the game of the year, so I don't think,
Yeah.
we're gonna. I mean, Arc Raiders. We just got Arc Raiders. So that's pretty much it.
I
I don't.
think
I
Arc
don't think
Raiders
we
you
got
might as
any
well
other
call the
games on the
Division 3, I
PlayStation.
feel like. So,
Yeah. Yeah, it's Division plus DayZ, and
Just
I don't have time for either of those games, So
they made a
I
they
just
they made a very realistic game very unrealistic.
yes, that's pretty much that sums up our creators, dude.
Yeah. Man,
Very
have you seen how
realistic.
realistic that game is? It's very unrealistic. It's so realistic.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. And 99% of the time, you're gonna get to the elevator and you're gonna be like, "Hey, man, can we work together? Can we just, hey, you just trying to escape together, man?" That's pretty much it. Every video I see of our creators is like, "Hey, can we just work together? We can both escape." You know,
Yeah.
and it's like, fuck that, dude. I'll rob and kill my way all day on our creators.
Oh, easy.
But and that's what I was doing on the beta, man. And every time I just camp elevators, and then on the game came out, dude, I can't even exist. Fucking robots are so hard. And then it's like we go to the water treatment plant to loot. We go and loot, and there's two more teams in there. We clear out those teams. Guess what? There's a team waiting on us outside. You know?
Yeah.
Okay. You know? How many
Well,
people have I got to fight on how much ammo? On a pipe gun? Come on.
yeah, it's pretty bad.
Don't give me a pipe gun. Give me a
Well,
gun.
I don't know if you can hardly believe it, but time is almost up. So we have to wind this up here. We appreciate you guys coming and listening to our first podcast. We did it live. Basically, how we're going to do it is when we record these, we're just going to do it live. That way, you guys can come in. You
Do
got
it
an
live.
opportunity to hear it. You guys can come check it out. If not, it is a members only podcast. If you guys weren't here for this, you're not going to hear it if you're not a member. So, a little something for you guys to have a reason. Get your membership. I know that this is just our first topic. But we're going to spread it out. We're going to be
Got a
talking about.
lot of range.
Yeah, I got a lot of opinions, and I'm going to jam them right down each one of your throats. So,
And we didn't get too silly on this one, We just this is our first time,
well,
We'll
we
get better as we go.
even though we're talking about gaming, the ARMA discussion was very serious. It needed to be done. All of state of gaming right now is in a bad place. I think they need to start pushing back to a more older style of gaming, and that's something that we talked about. And so, hopefully, maybe somebody will hear this, and if nothing else, just agree and check it out, and see what you guys think. You guys have the opportunity to comment while we're live here. So if you guys have like questions or you want to comment, that's the time you do it. We do only have subscribers' comments on for this podcast airing, so you'll have to be a subscriber for at least 20 minutes to be able to comment. Keep them reasonable, guys. Like, let's not be silly. But it's pretty much, ask whatever you want, and that's what we're here for. And we can talk about those things. If we're into something, we may not, touch base on everything, but we'll get to each one of your questions as we can. Maybe a little segment at the end. So, but well, there it is. You guys hear it. That's it for us here. We appreciate you guys. How do I? Oh, there it is. Appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us for this. We're gonna shut this down, and I'll probably come back up and do some streaming. So, Keith, any last words?
Nope.
Nope. All right.
Just yep, that's it.
Adios. Thanks for
Peace
hanging
out.
out, guys. We'll see you next time.